Welcome to a balanced motorsport video on the differences between a Bilstein inverted monotube shock and a typical twin tube shock. In this case it's a McPherson strut application, and the Bilstein, as you can see, looks fundamentally different. This tube here appears to be the piston rod, appears to be much bigger, but in actual fact the damper's inverted, and what I mean by that is the piston is actually fixed. In this shock the piston's attached to the rod that goes up and down. In this one the piston's fixed in the middle of the unit, and this tube, guided by a bearing at the top and the bottom, slides over the piston. This results in a reduction in overall and unsprung weight. This unit, 3.7 kilos. This unit, 4.3 kilos. Fundamentally they look very similar. You can see that you've got mounts for the anti-roll bar and obviously the bracket here where it goes onto the hub, but it's all about the internals. There's another excellent video online that actually shows a monotube damper working, and you can see the aeration of the oil when it's not gassed. Well, these are both gassed at very different pressures. The gas pressure in the Koni is extremely low, just enough to get the piston rod to come out after it's been pushed down. The Bilstein has gas pressure in the order of 20 bar, about 300 psi. The oil and the gas should not meet inside this unit. In this unit the oil and the gas are emulsified. A further difference between the two is the ability to resist cavitation and fade caused by heat. Essentially a damper is a kinetic energy conversion device, so it takes the energy in the spring and then it converts it into heat. With the Bilstein unit, the piston inside here and the oil are in contact with the casing, so as the casing cools, the oil cools. Inside the Koni unit there's another tube inside this outer casing, and then the oil that heats up is therefore not in direct contact with the air, so it heats up more quickly. Further difference is piston size. The Koni piston is around about that big, and the Bilstein piston is around about this size. We all know size matters in engines. It's the same with shocks. You get a more consistent ride quality with the Bilstein, much better at dealing with small, high-speed imperfections in the road, such as a typical British B road. So there you have it, Bilstein versus Koni, or Bilstein monotube versus twin tube, and I would be putting these on the front or the rear of a McPherson strut equipped car.